Bwana nimerudi tena. Yesu nakushukuru. Guess who's back? Am I back? Am I? Yeah. Hi guys, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you're excited as I am. I am so excited to be doing this. Oh my god, I am so excited to be back on a podcast. My let's take a minute to understand that my podcast, Hearted Stories Podcast, sounds really nice. It is the first time you're seeing me. Are you ready? Are you even ready for the beautiful conversations we will be having here? If you're not ready, then you need to be ready. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be talking with you guys. I'm so excited to be engaging with you, to just be having thought provoking conversations. Matters mental health, matters life, matters challenges, just young people talking. I think that's the goal of this whole conversation. Young people talking, and especially young Christians talking. Yeah. Did I say my name? I think I said. My name is Maureen Ntaye, founder of Hearted Stories. We are doing live, and I am so glad that I'm doing live with you. So hold my hand as we take this beautiful journey. Anyway, I thought of the first topic we could tackle, and something that's very dear to my heart. Obviously, it has to be something that's from the bottomest part of my heart. And what's in the deepest part of my heart, except my story, it has to be my story. So excited. I will be sharing with you Maureen's story, Maureen's hearted story. Yes. And my hearted story inevitably has to be about mental health because I cannot be here where I am right now. I can't be having this conversation without the pits I went through with my mental health. So the year is, should I say it? Yeah, the year is a while back. In Form 1. I get to this new school, new environment, new everything. I know no one, I know nothing. And I was told when I joined high school, ni sharehe. It's like having a good time. It's funky after funky. And then something interesting happens. I start getting panic attacks. And I'm so terrified. I'm like, what's happening? Why am I getting panic attacks? I didn't even know those were panic attacks. I'm so grateful for the kids that are here right now. At least they understand these things. Not kids, high school students. They kind of understand these things. So I got to high school, panic attacks went through, and I got misdiagnosed. No one understood me at that moment. I don't think mental health was a frequent conversation. So most of the conversations were like, oh, she's being overreactive. Because my biggest fear was exams. She's being overreactive. And the biggest fear for me was I had such a high expectation from my family, and I do not blame them for that. Um, to be perfect, to be an A student, to just pass everything that I do, to just be a success story. Inevitably, when I go to high school, I need to pass my exams. I need to figure out life. Oh my God. Yeah, those expectations. And I owned them. I was like, you know what? Society expects me to be this. I will be that. So when I did my first exams, it didn't smile with me. We didn't smile together. So yeah, that's when my journey of mental anxiety and depression started. And it was bad. It was bad considering that no one understood what's happening. And I went through high school, and then in after Form 4 rather, I got diagnosed. I don't want to skim through it, but I'm trying to shorten it. Just know, in high school, I tried being the bad girl. I sure bad girl was not off vibey. It was not even helping me. So, but I understand, but I get people who get into the bad girl tendency or bad boy tendency. It's just a way of coping. It's just a way of trying to seek help and to be as loud as possible. Like, yo, help me. Like it's a cry for help. For me at that moment, I tried being the bad girl because it felt easy. It felt, well, when I'm becoming a bad girl, the expectations reduce, so I become the least favorite person. So I'm not expected to be perfect, and I can live my life however I want to live it. And I fast realized that was not my life. So I was like, okay, Snap check, let's get back to reality. Tread being the good girl, the best girl being the church girl, being the yes, yes, babe, yes, yes, yes. Whatever I said, it's a yes. And I stayed with that character for a while, but I realized fast enough too, and it was not helping too, because I still had anxiety. They actually increased. They actually became worse. So in Form 4, I got Bell's palsy, where one side of your face gets paralyzed. My God, around the exam season for fourth at term. And again, no one understood. People are like, oh my God, maybe it's the teeth. Maybe you have a problem with your teeth. Maybe you have a problem with an eye. And I'm like, bro, it's my whole left side of the face. It's not, it's not me faking it. It's not me trying to act like my left side is having an issue. My eyes wouldn't shut. My mouth on my left side was not moving. I hope I can find those photos. Yeah, I think I can find those photos. I will. I hope we'll be able to attach them to this video. And then finished high school. I healed from Bell's palsy. Thank God. I know people who've never been able to bounce back from that. And yeah, did got diagnosed after Form 4. I got diagnosed with anxiety and depression after 4 beautiful years of strike of trying to just figure out life. And then, yeah, after that, it was a basis. It was a basis of, oh, okay, so this is not me being insane. This is not, does not happen to that party. This is actually a real life story that this girl, Maureen, is struggling with anxiety. It's not far fetched. These things are not American. They are not other people's stories. They can happen to anyone. And I I got comfort from the fact that there was a name to it, there was a diagnosis to it, but I didn't have enough resources. I didn't have enough knowledge on what these things are. I just knew they affected me. I knew there were days I would have a hard time getting out of bed. And I knew you'd go online and some Christian content creator would be like, those are demonic. I knew that the people would say they're demonic attacks, others would say they are their life. Really, there was so much theories when it comes to these things, and I didn't understand. Then people would be like, don't worry, you'll bounce back, don't worry, it's okay. Others would be like, just stop being a crybaby, just get up and do life. And yeah, the conversation was a lot. And being young, you really don't understand what's happening. And I think that is one of the reasons why I started Hearted Stories as a general with Instagram, TikTok, and now YouTube, is for us to just have these conversations as young people, one, as Christians, two, and just people who are trying to figure out life. I mentioned I tried getting into the salvation journey, but it was also very confusing because every time I got into that space, there was a conversation of, uh, this is very famous Bible verse. Do not be anxious but about anything, but in everything through prayer and supplication. Let your request be known to God. Kizungu there. Anyway, so with that, my understanding of that Bible verse, do not be anxious about anything, was, girl, why are you being anxious? You should not be anxious. But now that I'm a bit older, it actually acknowledges that anxiety is a thing. It's just a reminder, do not be anxious. Like when you're feeling anxious, just be cautiously aware that it's an emotion. It's you're feeling it. It's there. How do you move forward with that? And I think with my journey with anxiety and depression, that is one of the lessons that I've had to learn, that anxiety, depression, feeling low, feeling unmotivated, feeling scared, it's part of the journey. And these are not things that have been invented by the Gen Z. It's just that with the development of years, our older parents somehow had a way of suppressing these things. We'll talk about suppression some other time. They had they had a way of suppressing these things, but not like they did not exist. We had suicide even before. Sorry, we had suicide even before we existed. So it's not a Gen Z thing. It's not a thing for us. It has been in the Bible for the longest time. We have we have Saul, who had a psychotic episode. He hated David, he wanted to kill him, but the next minute he loves him. You know, he was everywhere. We have Jesus. Jesus acknowledged his feelings. And as a Christian, often than not, we often try to just surpass and live through it. Um, so I had a Christianity break during my journey with mental illness rather, trying to figure out life, trying to do things that were making me feel nice. Did they help? Somehow. I poured into my cup, I poured into my love, I poured into myself. I did a lot of reflection, a lot of self love, a lot of knowing myself. And when I was coming back to Christianity, I wouldn't say I had fully figured out mental health because I don't think it's a conversation to be figured out. It's a conversation to be lived. And I'm so glad that I'm living it and I get to live it with you. So by the time I am getting back to salvation, I think in 2022, 2021, 2, around there, I had known that I am intentionally getting into this salvation and it's not criminal to be weak. I remember after I finished campus in 2022, I had an episode of where everyone feels like they are winning and I am not. You know, you're like, hey guys, we've all finished campus. Everyone has a good job. Everyone is doing good for themselves. Everyone just, their life is making sense. And I'm there at home, jobless, back at home. I was back at home because I'd moved out. Now I'm back at home. Um, it's, it, it's not giving, you know, there's some type of way. And it was a trigger for anxiety for me. And I got so many panic attacks in that period. And I think that was actually when Other Stories was birthed. I am very big on in whatever season you're in, God will either take you through it or he'll either take you through it or stay with you in the fire. His grace is sufficient to us all. So in that season when I felt unworthy and I felt demotivated, I got I got the grace to just want to see another day. That was when depression bounced back at me. But at least I had some understanding that through this fire, there is grace that is sufficient. Now, did the pain go away just because I believed that his grace was sufficient? Oh, no, 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 no. I have one of my favorite speakers. She's called Anita Phillip, Dr. Pastor Anita Phillip. And she's very loud on even if you believe God is there, it does not take away the pain of the process. And for me, the process of birthing and growing and living with anxiety and depression was not easy. It's not easy. There are days you will wake up and you feel like, I just don't want to be here, you know? So with that, it gives it gives us room for grace. It gives us room to accept that in my imperfect nature, in my nature where I want to stay perfect, stay bubbly, to stay the most optimistic person, I am still human. I am still human. And that is beautiful to acknowledge that I am human. I am human through the highs and the lows. Jesus came to earth as human, and that is why he cried. He cried when he lost his best friend Lazarus. Um, and that is a gentle reminder to us all. Every time we feel like God is not in the process, just understand that in that process, in whatever season you're in, God is there. God is there through the anxiety, through the depression. The reason might not be visible, or whatever you're going through might not even feel like it has a reason, you know? But with his love, with his light, with just the hope, with just the hope. I am a walking testament of what self-love and I am a walking testament of what walking with Christ and also acknowledging a mental illness and struggling with something can do to us and the great impact it can have on us. I'm not here to tell you that it will be easy or the journey of struggling or life problems are going to be easy. I'm just here to remind you that through the process, through the highs and lows, through the confusion, through everything, his grace will still be sufficient. do not be anxious about anything, but through prayer and supplication, submit your needs to the Lord. It does not mean do not be anxious. It does not mean don't be in the season of anxiety. No. It means in that anxiety, His grace is still sufficient. It means even through when your heart is pounding and your mind is screaming, he's still in that season. You can take your need to Him. He acknowledges the feeling of anxiety. He acknowledges that actually you can be anxious, but He's just reminding you, do not be anxious. Okay? That will be my parting shot of my story. Have I cracked out anxiety and depression and mental illnesses? Absolutely not. We are in this journey together. My biggest fear of starting a podcast has always been my thoughts today might be different tomorrow. But we're here to document it. So stick with me. Let's have these conversations. Let's try being our sister's keeper. And I hope today we will sit down with our story. It is such a powerful tool. It's your powerhouse. I'm very big on your story is your powerhouse because it happened for you, to you for a reason. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Okay? Bye. See you on the next one. Okay. With love.